Good afternoon, children. Namaste to all of you. How is everyone doing? Yes. So, yes, we are back with yet another CBSE Class 10 chapter in one shot. And today we are going to be discussing the chapter Our Environment in One Shot. And this is Ambika, your biology master teacher, right here at Vedantu. What's happening, children? Ma'am, menti hoga, if it's a statement or if it's a question, I don't understand. But if it's a question, from my side, let me tell you, nahi, we don't have a menti today. It's a one-shot session, okay? But I'll be asking you random questions here and there. You guys can give me the answers in the chats as we always do. So that's always welcome, okay? Yes. Good evening because I'm in Australia. Thank you, Aditya. Okay. Anyway. Hello, Aryan. Hi, Krishna. Sprintex, we are still thinking about it. Might or might not. Okay. You'll get to know in some time. I mean, in a few days. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. So what's happening? You all, I know in many places, I know it's the the mutated strain of COVID is like spreading some kind of panic. But let me tell you, children, let's not worry too much about it, of course. We need to take precautions. That is very, very important. But then, if we just spend our entire lives worrying about the different mutated strains that will keep coming up, not just of COVID, but of the different kinds of viruses which do exist, probably like life is going to be very, very difficult. Let's just do our part, and that's it. Everything else is left to nature. Okay? Right. And no, boards will be very, very good. Okay, don't worry at all about it. I know, I know you guys are still anxious about the dates. Will it happen on time? Will it not happen on time? Will we have sufficient gap in between subsequent papers and so on? But let me tell you, don't worry about all of that. Yes. Okay. All right, don't worry too much about all of that. Uh, let's just leave that to nature. I mean, I don't think anyone can give you a clear-cut answer about that. Okay? No, it's not cold here, Anusri. That's why I'm not wearing a jacket. Right? Okay, children, shall we start? If there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed to the channel yet, please click on the subscribe button right now, the subscribe button right below this video, because one shot series, BioBite series, I've already begun for class 10 ICSE also. And apart from that, we are coming up with a lot more interesting series for you in the days and weeks to come. So ensure that you wouldn't miss out on any of those. The simplest way to ensure that is by staying subscribed to the channel. Okay? Right. Aryan, every time you come up with something very, very creative to make me feel good. Thank you so much, Aryan. Where is Akanksha? Akanksha is also one of my regular children. Abhinandan, Akanksha, Ayush is here. Aryan, Mickey. Okay. Hello, Mickey. All right. Let us move ahead now. And here I have a positive quote for you. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. So, what does it mean? If you have to become a skilled and a properly, more or less perfect individual, in your life, in the course of life, definitely you will become someone like that only through a lot of struggles. Without that, we are not going to become polished at all. Okay, trust me on that. We wouldn't be able to identify our strengths and weaknesses if not for the challenges that we face in life, right? Of course, important question series, all of that will be coming up for you in the days to come. So you can be very sure about that. Okay, right. All right, children. So, yes, you all know our environment is a chapter in which we learn about all of these, right? I know it looks like a very long list of concepts, but don't worry too much at all. As you all know, it is one high scoring chapter. Now, how many children here who are from CBSE Class 10? Tell me very, very quickly. Just tell me me. If you're from CBSE 10, tell me me. If you're not from CBSE 10, tell me not me. Me. Okay. Oh, not bad. So many of you. Anshu, Ganesh, Anushri, Tanya. Okay, so many of you, not bad at all. And what about the rest of you all? No? No, ma'am, says Subroto. Class 9. All right. Not me, not me. Okay. But I think a majority says me here. You're from ICSE 8. Okay, Pooja. Interesting. Right. Okay, children. So, for those of you who are not in CBSE class 10, also, let me tell you one thing. This chapter, Our Environment, is something that gives you a lot of general information, a lot of general knowledge about something that every youngster in the country, in the world, should be aware of. Okay, to become responsible citizens, we all must know this. And for CBSE class 10 children, this is certainly one of the high scoring chapters for you because it's very, very simple to understand. And at the same time, you can score marks very well from that as well because there is a lot of weightage from this. Okay, right. It is in your syllabus, right? All right. All right, children. So here we go, the different varieties of life on earth, the monerans, the protistans, fungi, plants and animals, the 5 different kingdoms which we call forming the varieties of life on our planet earth. So remember biotic and abiotic components of ecosystem. The biotic components, the biotic factors, the biotic components include those which are living, the living components of ecosystem. Abiotic factors include the non-living components of an ecosystem, which includes air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, and so on, right? So, as you can see here, plants are technically called producers, okay? Animals may either be primary consumers or herbivores, secondary consumers or carnivores, and tertiary consumers also, which may be like superior kinds of carnivores, right? Okay, let's see, Ganesh. Okay, please put down your thoughts in the comment section below, children. I know a lot of you are asking about Sprintex series. So as I was saying, there's not much clarity on the plan of Sprintex series on this channel so far, but something similar at least will be there for sure. Okay, that is for sure. Okay. Right. So, apart from this, we also have decomposers, which are the fungi and the bacteria, and the abiotic factors, of course, which are air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, all of these, which are non-living factors, without which biotic factors wouldn't exist. So, yes, children, now I want you all to look at this image in front of you. Name the biotic components and the abiotic components here. Quickly, quickly tell me the names. Yes. Children, when I say comment section, it's not the chat box. Okay, please don't put in your thoughts in the chat box here. Put it in the comment section below this video. Okay, right. Plants, deer, fish. Okay, biotic deer. Okay, grass. All right. So Shreya says biotic, bird, deer, plants. Yes, absolutely. And we also have frogs here. We have fishes here. We have reptiles here, as in like turtles. We've got insects here. So many, many others. Birds here, right? So many of them. Exactly. Plants, trees, all of them as well. What about abiotic components? Yes, abiotic components. Water, yes. Water, air, sunlight, yes, because sunlight is also here. Temperature, because sunlight is there, temperature is also a factor, and so on. So I just wanted you all to be able to identify biotic and abiotic components. And as you all know, there has to be proper interaction between biotic and abiotic components in an ecosystem for an ecosystem to be running smooth. Okay, so this is it. This is how the cycle or the connection, the interaction between biotic and abiotic components in nature occurs. Everyone knows about this, right? Yes, absolutely. And where does it all begin? It all begins with solar energy. That is where everything exists. That's like the ultimate source of energy that we all have, right, children? Yes, absolutely. So this is about interaction and coming to classifying them as autotrophs and heterotrophs. Always remember it's only the producers and maybe like some bacteria which may be autotrophs. Okay. But then apart from this, all the others, including herbivores, the primary carnivores, the secondary carnivores, and even the decomposers and detritivores, all of them are heterotrophs because they depend on other organisms for their food. Right, children? Okay. Blue-green algae, yes, Purva. Blue-green algae are also examples of those bacteria which are autotrophic. Yes. All right. Yes, so this is about producers, consumers, and decomposers. So, children, before we move further, I am not sure how many of you are aware about the amazing courses, the fast track courses we have at Vedantu. So, we have got amazing unlimited live classes with fun and high level quizzes for you, and you can compete with students from different parts of India and from different parts of the world so that you know where you stand, and it really boosts your confidence as well. And just in case you miss out on any session while it's happening live, you have the option of clicking on the replay button if at all you happen to miss it, and attend it just like you would attend a live session, because the quizzes and leaderboards would still be live, right? Okay, Kavya, thank you so much, Kavya. And after every single session, children, there will be handwritten notes of the master teachers, which will be available for you in a downloadable format. Okay, right. Ganesh is saying, I'm in Vedantu. It's cool, all of you to join. Thank you, Ganesh. I mean, for other children, when they hear it from children who already are students, Ganesh has been one of my regular students in many of my micro courses in class 10 CBSE. So yes, Ganesh, I remember you very well. And actually, Ganesh is the one who came up with the name Bio Queen. I think it's like very, very popular now. Although I feel like, I don't know what, I feel a little embarrassed hearing that. Anyway, yeah. And children, doubt solving is also a major part of this course. So, yes, so that would mean that you will be able to come out with flying colors after all these tests and assignments and everything. Definitely, it's going to improve your preparation to a huge, huge extent. And children, those of you who are registered for Vedantu Pro courses will have access to free 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses for competitive exams. So you don't have to pay anything extra for it because it comes with it, right? Yes, actually, yes. Ganesh is saying, ma'am used to scold me before when I took that name. Right. Yeah, it's not about feeling good. I mean, I somehow I feel a little embarrassed. It does feel good, but yeah. Micro courses, Joanna, are chapter level courses which are there. That is like a major feature of this course that we have, because for example, we may have a micro course on the chapter life processes. You are free to attend that alone, right? Because you may want help only with that chapter alone, or a micro course for how do organisms reproduce, a micro course for heredity. Sometimes we do like a special micro course, which may be one session long, like for the revision of one individual chapter. So many different things that keep coming up. Okay. Right. So, children, remember to visit the link in the description box below and apply the coupon code AMBPRO to check out more details of this, because as you can see here, it's very, very reasonably priced. Now we are in the month of December, and I know a year-long, long-term session, a long-term enrollment wouldn't make sense to you. Obviously, it wouldn't, which is why 1 month and 3 month subscriptions are gonna be very, very helpful for you. A 1 month subscription would normally cost you 2,699. Okay, but then if you apply the coupon code AMBPRO, you're going to be able to avail it at 2,159. Now, when I say 2,159, that includes all subjects. Okay, it's not just for science, nor is it just for bio alone. It's for science, maths, English, and social studies. Okay, yes. Welcome, Smith Shah. Okay. Right, exactly. So, and then for 3 months, those of you who want to stay tension free for the remaining 3 months, which would be pretty much till the end of this academic year, go ahead for the 3 month subscription, because that's also with the coupon code, it's going to cost you only 5,599. Children, just a second. I think my light is a bit too bright for me to handle. Okay. Yeah, I will just reduce it by a couple of points. Okay, so this is about the 3 month subscription. So what does that actually mean? This comes down to the per session price, the per class price. In the 1 month subscription, you will be able to access approximately 200 sessions, if not more, if used properly. Okay, so this means doing the basic math, it comes down to rupees 11 per session for a 1 month subscription and rupees 9 per session when it comes to a 3 month subscription. Yes, children? Right. So this is the best advantage of it because it is, as you know, is even more reasonably priced than your favorite lace packet or your favorite chocolate bar. Well, for me, the 20 rupee dairy milk bar is my favorite. One of my favorites, of course. It has to be at least 20 rupees, if not the more expensive ones. Okay, so like for a quick treat, I think the 20 rupee dairy milk gives me a lot of feel good feeling. I know all of those endorphins that go up. But anyway, children, when you pay even less than that for knowledge, I think there's nothing that can match it. So that's exactly why I always say that Vedantu strongly believes in keeping a balance between quality and affordability. Well, of course, for those of you who don't want to pay even this much, the YouTube platform will still continue to exist. So no doubts at all in that. The only thing I want to make very clear is that on the YouTube platform, of course, we won't be able to give you personalized attention. The tests, assignments, all of these wouldn't be features. But of course, as much as possible, we will come up with live sessions and whatever we can possibly do to help you out. Okay, but for a little more personalized attention and to know where you stand and to actually be able to improve your practice and all of those, these courses are going to be complete for you. So yes, now it's completely in your hands. Okay, right. Thank you, Ashita, right? Okay, 100 likes, Anshu. Okay, thank you so much, children. Right. So, children, now coming to the concept of food chain. What is a food chain? The food chain is an example of a food chain is what you see here. A chain in which there are different trophic levels which are there. So you can see the leaf or the producers form one trophic level. The primary consumers would be the next trophic level. The secondary consumers would be the next, and so on and on and on. And ultimately, the decomposers would be there to end it. Okay. And this may not directly be fed upon by the leaves, of course, but then it's just marked here to indicate that it's going to improve the humus content or the organic matter in the soil, leading to the growth of more plants. Okay? Right. So, right, so this is about food chain. And then coming to a food web, an interconnected web, literally an interconnected set of food chains is what we call a food web, because many times organisms in nature, they may have like their own more than one favorite food item that they may want to eat. So that is where one organism can be prey to more than one organisms, right? And at the same time, the other way around also. More than one organism, if you think about it in the other way, more than one organism may have one particular organism as their favorite food, and so on, right? So this is what makes up the concept of food web. So yes, it's very, very important for you to know the flow of energy. Children, now from this, tell me, let me see how many of you are going to be telling me the answer to this. So I have got different trophic levels here. Producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, and decomposers. In which of these trophic levels would energy be maximum? Energy be maximum. Ganesh says unidirectional. MK saying 10% law. My question is, which trophic level would have maximum energy? Yes. Producers, says Ganesh. Mickey, Ganesh. Yes, absolutely. All of you guys say producers is the answer. It is where maximum energy is there. And then with subsequent higher trophic levels, as you can see, much of the energy gets lost in the form of heat energy. About 90% is lost in the form of heat energy, while only 10% from the previous trophic level gets passed on to the subsequent trophic level. This is what we call the 10% law. Okay, children, right. And then comes the concept of biomagnification. So now, applying the rule of the energy accumulation, and that is on one side. Think about what happens in biomagnification. It is the process by which the toxicity levels of a particular contaminant in nature multiplies with every trophic level, every subsequent trophic level. Okay? Okay, Vansh. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway. Yeah, I read that comment. Right. Yes, yes, Mitsha. But here, I will explain biomagnification again. But who is going to be telling me, say, for example, I am spraying DDT, a lot of DDT on the crops that I'm growing. Okay, so there are herbivores which are feeding on the grass that I'm growing. There are tigers which feed on those herbivores. There are also decomposers coming later on in the food chain. Now, my question to you is, in which of these levels, in which of these, I'm mentioning three levels to you, the grass, cow, the tiger. In which of these would levels of DDT be maximum? I sprayed DDT directly on the plants. DDT levels would be maximum in plants, or the cows that eat them, or the tigers. Exactly, the tiger, Devaki, Tanya. So many of you tell me, everyone tells me the answer is tiger. Exactly, Mickey, the apex level. So, as Smith was asking me, what is biomagnification? It is exactly this. It is, in fact, the opposite of the 10% energy law, in the sense, in biomagnification, when a particular toxic substance is there in nature, is present in nature, or is introduced into nature, the amount of that particular contaminant multiplies many-fold with every subsequent higher trophic level. Okay, so when a cow feeds on the grass, there is more of DDT in the cow's body that gets accumulated as compared to what was there in the grass. Of course, think about the fact that a cow wouldn't be eating just this much of grass, it would be eating a lot of grass. And then that gets eaten up by a tiger. This increases even further. So basically, it is getting magnified in nature. Biomagnification. Yes, Zarifa. Zarifa, right? Okay. Yes, Ayushi, toxic level increases because, as I told you, say for example, this particular image which you see here, wherein the producers are the phytoplankton, the producers in ocean. When you're talking about the zooplankton or the primary consumers there which are feeding upon these, remember that a lot of biomass is being fed upon by the primary consumers. They are eating a lot of them. It's not like one primary consumer is feeding on only one phytoplankton. No. And likewise here, the small fish, they are feeding on the zooplankton. They wouldn't be satisfied by eating just one zooplankton. They would be eating up a lot of zooplankton. So which means a lot of mass of the chemical substance would get accumulated inside the small fish's body. And then the large fish is eating up one entire small fish, or it may be eating more than one entire small fish. Likewise, it gets accumulated further and further and further. Okay, there is no way by this by which this can be prevented, Smith. But the only thing we as human beings have to take care of is that we need to use minimal chemical substances in nature as much as possible. Right? That is the best thing. Right. So that is about biomagnification. And now, children, coming on to the next concept of the layers of the atmosphere. Okay, so we know there are different layers of atmosphere, which is like the blanket protecting our planet Earth, starting with the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere. The speciality about the stratosphere is the ozone layer. Children, what is special about the ozone layer? Yes. Yep. What is special about the ozone layer? That is my question. Yes, Jujhar. UV rays. What do you mean UV rays? Tell me the proper answer. Exactly. Shreya, right? Shreya is telling me absorbs UV rays. The harmful, yes, not entirely absorbs UV rays, but it filters out a lot of the harmful radiation which is part of the UV rays entering our planet. Absolutely acts as the Earth's natural sunscreen. So this is it. So ozone's chemical formula is actually O3. Okay, so this is something that you all have to know. And ozone depletion has been a major problem ever since the 1980s. Okay, so what exactly is that? Thinning of the ozone layer in many different parts of the world is a major problem. Okay, so what happens is As we know, chlorofluorocarbons and many other chemicals and pollutants which get released into the atmosphere, they have the ability to combine to all these ozone molecules and break them up into molecular oxygen or atomic oxygen and all of those. And what happens is, in random areas around the earth where there is the ozone layer, of course, thinning of the ozone layer is a result, right? So thinning of the ozone layer is a major problem, and the best way of preventing ozone depletion is by ensuring that we use products which are free of CFCs, which means refrigerants and air conditioners which are free of CFCs, and of course take care of minimal pollution, right? As in, ensure that there is minimal pollution which is around us by ensuring proper garbage disposal and all of those, automobile, all kinds of pollution, we have to ensure it has to be minimum. Okay, right. Love Mangla, best notes for revision. Okay, so I would suggest stay tuned to this channel, because notes will be available to you, children. I don't know how many of you are aware of this. Notes after every session would be available to you in a PDF form in the description box below. Okay, if it's a premiere session, it would be available along with it. For live sessions like these, if you come back later today and check the handwritten notes, the same thing in which I have been marking things out will be available to you in a PDF form. You can just download that and save it. Okay, high five, Kathy. All right. Yes, Neha. Biomagnification is a phenomenon by which the amount of toxic levels in nature of a particular substance multiplies with every trophic level. Okay, this is it, which means in biomagnification, least affected would be producers, most affected would be the meat eaters, the carnivores. Okay. Ozone is not poisonous, Smith. Ozone is not poisonous, but ozone depletion is a problem. Ozone is very good for us. That's what I was telling you, right? Yes, of course. I mean, I wouldn't say, Ganesh, can vegetarians also be affected as much as non-vegetarians by biomagnification? Not as much as, because vegetarians eat only plant-based food. So probably level of toxicity would be relatively less. Okay, that is there. But it also depends on a lot of other factors, right? So it's not like all meat eaters are going to be under a lot of threat. No, it's not like that. It all depends on your personal resistance as well. So children, you also need to know the concepts of biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable is obviously those which can decompose naturally in the environment. Non-biodegradable does not decompose naturally. Children, give me an example for biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Give me very, very quickly an example for biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Yes. Very, very quickly. Levels of all animals, what do you mean? Tanisha. Exactly. Banana peel, vegetables, vegetable peel, fruit peel, all of that are examples of biodegradable. Correct? And non-biodegradable, it would be exactly. Plastic is the best example of non-biodegradable waste because it persists for a very long time in the environment. So, we know that as responsible citizens of our country, we must consider waste segregation, segregation of biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, at least that which cannot be reused and that which can be recycled, right? All of that kind of segregation is very, very important, right, children? Yes. So this is one major, like one very, very important solution to the garbage problem. And the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay. So reduce would mean reduce the use of plastic and all other kinds of non-biodegradable stuff that you can keep reusing whatever you have. I mean, all of that is very important. Reduce the need of it as much as possible. Reuse is literally reusing it. Okay, as in when you get a plastic bag, instead of throwing it away after its use, save it so that the next time you go to the grocery shop or to buy milk, you can reuse the same bag. You don't have to pay again for another. It's not just about money, right? But it's also about saving nature. It's also about saving the environment, and of course recycling as well. Milk bottles, milk cans, milk cartons, all of that can be separately disposed of so that they can be recycled by recycling units in our localities. Okay, children. Yes, of course, you have to learn food chain. So, children, this is all about this chapter. Our environment, as you know, biotic and abiotic components, natural and artificial ecosystem. Tell me an example for these as well, children. Natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Quickly, this would be the last question I ask you. Yeah. Akanksha says 5 hours. Reduce, refuse, repurpose, recycle, and reuse. Yes, Akanksha. Makes complete sense. 5 hours according to latest updates. Right. Garden, forest. Yep. Tell me what is it? Is it natural or artificial? Yes. So natural would be a forest, grassland, or a desert. Artificial would be a garden, or probably a cropland, right? Or maybe anything else. I mean, anything that is artificially maintained by aquariums, also, like many of you say. Yes, that is an example of an artificial ecosystem. Then, of course, the concept of producers, consumers, and decomposers, food chain and food web. And remember, let me just add here the 10% energy law. Okay, 10% energy law. And let me also add biomagnification here, because it could come as a one marker. It could come possibly. Okay, and then ozone depletion, garbage management. These are things that can easily fetch you marks compared to the chapter life processes, heredity, and how do organisms reproduce. I think this is like relatively the least concept heavy. How many of you agree with me on this? Give me a quick high five if you agree with what I said just now. This chapter is like the least concept heavy chapter, right? In the meantime, let me tell you, Vedantu Pro courses are available out there. You can apply the coupon code AMBPRO. Absolutely, right? High five to all of you children. Majority are agreeing with me. And children, remember, on Instagram also, you can follow me. Search for Ambika_Vedantu. We keep putting up a lot of useful and engaging posts to help improve your knowledge of biology, and in general also like give you moral stories and a lot of others, whatever we possibly can. And of course, click the like button if you have enjoyed the session, found it useful. Share it with all your CBSE class 10 friends. Okay, share it with everyone, because as I always say, sharing is definitely caring. And stay subscribed, because one shot bio bites in 15 minutes, past year's questions, I mean, in some format. All of these series have been happening, and new series will be coming up in the upcoming weeks as well. So let me know what your thoughts are about ideas for future series in the comment section below as well. And let's see what most of you are in need of. Right, children? Okay. So take care until we meet again. Stay happy, stay healthy. That's all that matters. Everything else will follow. This is Ambika signing off. Bye bye.